Hi guys, I'm Ryan Houston and welcome to my fly tying channel. If you haven't already done so, consider hitting the subscribe button down below. That'll keep you up to date with everything as I upload it. My channel already contains hundreds of videos covering a wide range of both patterns and techniques, from the basic to the more advanced. So without delay. Hi guys, so we're going to tie a Seatrout type pattern here, and this one is the dark mackerel. I think the origins of this fly go back quite a way, and what we're going to do is tie a tinsel bodied version of it today, and this is a size 8 Kamazambi 175. Although you can tie it smaller if you want to go for trout, and you can tie it bigger again if we're primarily targeting some sort of a predatory trout. So I'm tying these ones with the intention of catching a DOLLAGHAN on one. So I'm going to use Danville's 6.0 Flymaster in black, and I'm going to tie it on just behind the eye there. I've waxed the thread. I'll take it down the body, snap off when I'm about level with the point, and then I'm going to take my thread a little bit further down till I'm around about level with the barb of the hook. So for the tail on this fly is golden pheasant tippet. So I'm going to take a tippet feather, try and take a central one here so that it's fairly even on each side, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to nip the very center out of it, and then I'm going to select out a few fibres on each side. I'm going to tie my thread across the gap in the feather and get it rolled over onto the top of the hook, and then now that I have, say, 3 loose wraps there, I'm going to pull my feather forward until I'm happy with the length for my tail. So up yourself. Some people like a little stubby tail, especially if you've got fish that are nipping, and others will prefer it slightly longer. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to nip this off, and then tie it in. So the rib on this fly is varies, but a silver, fine silver oval is probably standard, but you could use a silver wire, or you could even use a gold if it suits you color wise. So I'm going to tie in my rib underneath there, and then take my tying thread back up the hook. As you can see, I'm not going right tight up to the eye, because what we're going to do is have a head hackle on this fly. So body, we're going to use red tinsel for this. So this is green, but it is a uni 3/64, and it's a green red, so it's green on one side, red on the other. So I'm going to take a section of that, and I'm going to tie it in on my side with the green side towards me. I'll show you that. So the green side is towards me, red side down. Reason for that is as we start to wrap, it'll fold over itself for the first turn and turn into the red. So we take that back down the hook till we get to the tail, and and then reverse and come back up the shank and touch and turns. Now the first run down creates an underbody so that when you tie in the actual top layer, there shouldn't be, even there are slightly gaps between the tinsel, you shouldn't see underbody, because the underbody is the red tinsel. Okay, so now we want to tie in a claret cock hackle and palmer that down the body. So I've stripped off the base and I'm going to cut that off, leaving about 2 mil. Tie that in. Okay, so next we're going to wrap that hackle on. So we're going to get some hackle pliers. These are vintage ones, hopefully they hold the hackle for me. I generally do a turn to start and then want to palmer down the body. In 4 to 5 turns. Take our tinsel and wiggle it through to catch that first turn, and then take it up the body in usually 5 to 6 turns, finishing off on my side. Tie across it, snap off the hackle at the back there, and hold my tinsel forward along the shank and get it tied in. And then I'm just going to fold or pinch in my palmered hackle wraps to streamline the thing a bit for me. And then we're going to put on a mallard wing. So, variety of different ways of doing mallard wings. You can get feathers and pair them up if you want, or you can create like a rolled wing. So if we take our mallard feather, we'll get rid of the unmarked rubbishy bits, and then if we take this section here and pull it out so that it's perpendicular to the stem, as you pull back it'll level up the tips sort of, and then rip it off. So this section here, then we can take one edge of it, the leading edge, and pinch it and fold it back, and then just keep rolling it around until we get an even sort of a wing. Or you could layer it up if you wanted to do that. So set that on the top. So again, up to yourself, you can take it right out to the length of the tail if you wish, or halfway up it, or very short. Again, I'm going to probably go somewhere in between there. I'm going to pinch loop and then hold it in place, wrap back onto it, and that should give me a fairly neat mallard wing. Lift up the base and trim that off. Now I'm going to take a dubbing needle, a little bit of varnish, and just varnish that for a little bit of added security. And then to finish our fly, we're going to put on a head hackle, same colour as the body. Now you can use cock hackle for this, or you can use a hen hackle. I am going to use a cock hackle in this instance. So I'm just going to double that. Now I have in my techniques sections, and there should be a little information button. If you may have noticed it up in the corner as the video has been running, and I'll try and link the techniques playlist into that, and the doubling a hackle should be in there. So we'll add our hackle pliers again. Wind, as you wind, sort of let it slide between your finger and thumb. And that'll neaten it all, and then you just orientate your stalk as you wrap it. Don't just wrap it on and don't think about it. You have to think what way your fibers are going to lay. You can get them to stand straight out if you want, or you can get them to sleek back. Once the pressure's on with a turn to hold that, I can let go. Another one over it, fold back the stalk, and then we'll make a head. Trim that off. So as you can see, we've practically no head at all, and this is the secret to making small heads, is to think about the number of wraps that you're putting on a fly for any particular material that you're tying in. So if we want, we can finish that fly off as is now with a nice neat little head. So I'm gonna finish it with my hands. You can use a whip finish tool. I personally find it very difficult to use a whip finish tool, so I use my hands. Trim that off, and then to finish the fly we're just going to put a bit of clear varnish onto the head and leave that to dry. So that is our dark mackerel trout, sea trout fly. An old fly that still does the business these days. So if you've liked what you've seen, like, subscribe, tell your friends. Check out the other videos on the channel, there's hundreds of them. And until next time, tight lines, and thanks for watching.